Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to be simulating a full MLB season, but first, I'm going to be changing every single outfield distance to the wall on every ballpark to 425 feet. And the reason I picked that number, originally I wanted to do 500 feet, but you'll see I'm changing every single distance to 425. And then you see this, it says auto-calculate the factors. Basically, 1 is average. So you can see this is below 1. American Family Field, slightly pitcher-friendly. Doubles, it's even. Triples, it's, there's not a lot of triples. And then home runs, it's a little bit more friendly for them. Let's auto-calculate it based on these dimensions. And you can see the home runs basically non-existent. Triples are basically triples go way up. Doubles go way up. The offense goes way up. But the home runs go way down. And that is the key factor for doing something like this. I think it's a fun idea. And again, originally I had done 500 feet, and it actually put the home runs into the negative, which glitched out the game and made it normal. Because technically the distance was 500 feet, but players were still hitting 30 home runs in a season. It just didn't make any sense. So you've got to change it to a lower number to keep this in the positives. Otherwise, it will be glitched. So this is just something interesting I'm going to be doing. You can see Angel Stadium changing every single distance to 425 feet. And it brings that all the way down. It brings everything else up. So we should be seeing a lot more offense when I simulate this season. And what I'm going to be doing is I'll simulate, you can see those go down, those go up. I'm just going to simulate to the mid-season, probably to the All-Star game after I edit all these. And then I'm going to update mid-season, and then I'll update at the end of the season. And I have turned fatigue down. I've turned all the injuries down. You can see that almost went into the negatives at Chase Field. It's because they have a giant center field wall. I actually think when I do Fenway Park, it's going to go into the negatives if I do it at 425 feet. So I might have to bring it down to 400 feet across because I just don't want it to go into the negatives because it will glitch it out, I believe. I'll do Fenway, right? Hold on. I'm just spamming copy, and it brings it all the way down. But you have to keep it out of the negatives. It's funny, this is called Colorado Field because they don't have the naming rights to Coors, apparently. Let's see what it does to Coors. Yeah, that seems pretty. I mean, it's just we're going to get loads of triples, I'm thinking. Let me just go to Fenway really quick and see. It's just because of the 37-foot wall. I think it might go into the negatives. And it does go into the negative. So I'm going to have to bring the Fenway one down probably just because for right-handers. So left field, let's bring it down to 400. If it goes into the negatives, it's just going to glitch out. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to do this for every park, and then I'm going to simulate to mid-season and then look at kind of the All-Stars, who's leading in home runs, things like that. It actually worked. Oh my goodness, it actually worked. So these are the preseason predictions right now. Look at the home runs. They've got Michael Brantley as the best hitter in baseball with 1 home run. Look at the slap hitters all at the top. Wander Franco, Miles Straw, randomly making an appearance, Ty France. And then the best pitchers, looks like all with a 4 ERA. Offense is going to be crazy in this. And then looking at all these hitters, Paul Goldschmidt possibly with 3 home runs. Jazz Chisholm, 1 home run, 107 RBIs. These are the predictions, guys. They're predictions. All right, see, it's April 7th, but I am going to simulate now until the All-Star game, and we're going to see who makes the All-Star game and the stats at midseason. All right, it is the mid-season All-Star game. Let's take a look at the overall season statistics. And yes, the leader in home runs right now, Ronald Acuna, with a grand total of 5 home runs. He does have 45 runs batted in. Nico Horner looks like he's having an amazing season. He made the All-Star game for the first time in his career, hitting at 360 And he does have 58 doubles through basically half the season with 12 triples. That's what you expect when you move the walls back. Who is this no-name? This 3-star, he avoids Ks. That's probably why he's on here. 0 home runs, 60 RBIs, batting .359 on the year. Seems legit. It seems legit. Miguel Rojas, he's on here. He made the All-Star game for the first time in his career. He's got 61 doubles. Very realistic. You love seeing stuff like that. What is this? Brian De La Cruz. He's in AAA. Is he on a rehab stint? Did they send him down to AAA? That's just sad. You hate to see something like that. The Marlins send Brian De La Cruz back down after he hits 342 with 0 home runs. Wait, how are the sluggers doing? All right, let's take a look at Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt, 5 home runs, 78 runs batted in. You know, he's having a nice year. He's struggling with the power. Nicholas Castellanos, 62 doubles. Wander Franco, how many triples does he have? He has 18 triples, and he made the All-Star game, but he has an OPS plus below league average. How's Stanton doing? Dude, Stanton, he's hitting 205. He has Giancarlo Stanton with an OPS plus negative 2.2. Oh, man. Giancarlo Stanton getting destroyed by the dimension change. He can't hit any home runs. It's killing him. Shohei Ohtani has 13. How's he doing? He's pretty much a league average player now. He does have 13 triples. How's he doing pitching? Not too bad, honestly. Yeah, pretty good pitching. Let's take a look at do they have pitching leaders? Oh, here we go. Pitching leaders. ERA, Tyler Wells. Tyler Wells out of nowhere. Who is this? 19 starts, 10-2 with a 1.92 ERA, an ERA plus of 260. Some no-name says, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this. The walls move back. Garrett Cole having a very nice season, very respectable 11-5. Very nice ERA plus for Garrett Cole. Shane Bieber, Framber Valdez, Max Scherzer on there. So yeah, so really the pitching isn't that surprising. It seems like pretty normal stats for the pitching, but the hitting is pretty crazy. So what we're going to do, we can just go to the standings if people are interested in how this is going. You've got an AL East, which is kind of crappy. Boston leading, but 4 games over 500. The White Sox playing well. The Angels playing well. Then you've got the Mets and the Braves and Washington. That's a horrible division. What? St. Louis having a really good year. All right, we're just going to simulate until the end of the season and see how the players finish out. Here, so these are the playoffs. It's the Cardinals versus the Mets and the White Sox versus the Angels. But let's take a look at the final statistics here. You've got, I mean, how is this even possible? This dude ends up winning the batting title. He leads the league in OPS with 0 home runs and 94 runs batted in. He ends with 100 doubles on the season, hitting .357. He might win the MVP. Luis Ariz, not surprising here. 1 home run, 92 RBIs. All the slap hitters are going to be at the top of the list. Ronald Acuna, your home run champion. Wow. Historic. 6 home runs. He leads baseball OPS plus below league average for Ronald Acuna. It's a very, it's funny. All the slap hitters are the ones that are doing well. Wander Franco leads the league in slugging percentage. Where is total WAR at? Oh, Nico Horner. Carlos Correa, 1 home run, 108 RBIs. Doubles, Ketel Marte, 114 doubles. Triples, Wander Franco. So yeah, I would say normally based on this game, it's going to choose Nico Horner as the MVP. Maybe Correa, maybe Miguel Rojas, but probably the top WAR guy. And then just looking at the pitching leaders, Tyler Wells, my goodness. Jordan Montgomery on the Yankees, a throwback. Who led in, let's see, who led in total WAR? Garrett Cole. Yeah, Garrett Cole is probably winning the Cy Young for the AL just looking at this. So it is letting me vote. Look at Tyler Freeman. Tyler Freeman hit 366 on the season. It's allowing me, I'm going to pick Tyler Freeman for the MVP. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we did have Nico Horner taking home the NL MVP. That'll go on his mantle right there. Leading the league in runs, leading the league in hits, leading the league in average and WAR. Not surprising, he takes home 26 votes. And then you did have Trey Turner getting 3 votes with a bunch of other kind of slap hitters on there. Just some random dudes as well. Tim Anderson wins the AL American League MVP. Let's take a look at his numbers. I mean, come on, folks. He did have 226 hits. He's got an OPS plus below league average. I don't know if we want to make that the MVP, but they gave it to him over Wander Franco. What did well, I didn't want to hit that. What did Wander Franco finish with? You know what? This is kind of an outrage. This kid probably should have won it. Yeah, this is an outrage, honestly. Miles Straw. What did Miles Straw hit? 309? Wait, I thought I voted for Tyler Freeman. Did it not register? Maybe I didn't submit my ballot or something. This is a joke. I voted for Tyler Freeman. It didn't even show it. You have Max Scherzer winning the NL MVP, finishing 33 starts. 15-7, 230 strikeouts, 333, kind of standard stuff. Garrett Cole wins the AL Cy Young but loses the first place total. Jordan Montgomery beat him, but he just won by 1 point. All right, let me look at this. Garrett Cole, 3.67 ERA, 18-9, but he had a WAR advantage. Jordan Montgomery had the better ERA. Yeah, I would have went with Garrett Cole there. I think when you look at the advanced metrics, it's important. Garrett Cole probably wins that. Looks like this kid swept the Rookie of the Year voting. That's what this is? So let's see how he did. He's a rookie first baseman who had oh my goodness. He had an OPS of 974, led the NL. So he's got a nice future there. And then you did have Julio Rodriguez. This was in 2022, so this is not surprising. He ends up winning the AL Rookie of the Year, scoring 120 runs, but because it's all wonky, he had an OPS plus below league average. So that's pretty much it. There are the Silver Sluggers. Let's see if anyone funny won it. Alec Thomas wins it. Brandon Belt. No one crazy there. Yandy Diaz, DJ LeMahieu. Miles Straw wins the Silver Slugger. Michael Brantley. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you did have the St. Louis Cardinals beating the Chicago White Sox in the World Series 4-2. So that's how the World Series finished. But guys, just a little fun thing I wanted to do. And then let's just take a look at some of the notable players. So Juan Soto finishes with an OPS plus of just 93. He did lead the league in walks. He did have an on-base percentage of 400, but just the 1 home run, that's going to hurt with the 425-foot fence. Other players, Mike Trout. Mike Trout, I think, hit 213, but he did have an on-base percentage of 380. OPS plus of 71. 161 games for Trout. Wow, that is crazy. But there you can see all those players. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits 267 with 0 home runs and 69 RBIs. OPS plus 79. A WAR of .2. I do want to see what Giancarlo Stanton finished with. It might be epically horrible. Giancarlo Stanton finishes with a WAR of -3.1. His game just doesn't translate to 425-foot fences. He needs the home run. He needs the slugging. 46 OPS plus. Jesus, man. And then taking a look at the pitchers, Jacob deGrom got injured again. Shocker. Tyler Glass now. I think he had his arm amputated. He didn't even pitch. Garrett Cole had a good season. Corbin Burns, 4 ERA. Looking at some of those. Some of these guys aren't even... I wouldn't even consider them. Steven Strasburg makes a return. Is he even... See, this is just so ridiculous. How is Steven Strasburg injury proneness normal? It should be just wrecked. That's what it should be. Steven Strasburg is done. But, yeah, so that's kind of the final look. Ooh, Jose Ramirez had 5 home runs. Power surge. Big power surge there, but just something fun I wanted to do, guys. That's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description.